One of the most well-known landmarks in the city is Hallgrímskirkja, an Evangelical Lutheran church in the heart of Reykjavík, my first stop. Hallgrímskirkja, or Hallgrím's Church, is named after Hallgrímur Pétursson, a 17th century poet and clergyman. His most notable work, the Hymns of Passion, are still sung across the country during Easter and Lent. The church was dedicated to him, and there's a verse from one of his poems over the main doors. This church is renowned for its stark, stunning architecture, which harkens back to Iceland's nature. Icelandic architect Guðjón Samúelsson designed the church in 1937, inspired by the basaltic mountains, jagged glaciers, magnificent waterfalls, and snow-capped peaks of his home country. Once inside the church, the stark and minimalist interior strikes you. The most ostentatious aspect of this church is the ornate 25-ton organ found at the back of the nave. Which leads to an interesting tangent. Why is this church so plain? Compared to many Catholic, Anglican, or Eastern Orthodox churches, Hallgrímskirkja seems austere. The gold gilding, intricate stained glass, and detailed sculptures and paintings common to other denominations are largely absent here. This may, in part, be due to Hallgrímskirkja being a Lutheran church, but to understand this, we have to go back in time, to the Reformation. In the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church sold what were known as indulgences to parishioners. These were sold as a way to effectively buy your way out of punishment for one's sins after death. Not everybody liked this practice. In 1517, the Catholic priest Martin Luther objected to this practice, first in a letter to an archbishop, and then publicly in his famous 95 Theses, which marked the start of the Reformation. Martin Luther's ideas would form the basis of Lutheranism, the first Protestant denomination. Since Lutheranism was a reaction and rejection of Catholicism, Catholic practices and designs directly influence Lutheran design and architecture. Catholic churches and cathedrals are often luxurious, ornate, and extravagant, so the Protestants did the opposite, leaning into simplicity instead. Lutheran churches are traditionally built with natural materials, as a reflection of God's creation rather than man's. If not a conscious influence, it does seem like Samuelsson's design nonetheless embodies this ethos by reflecting the beauty of Iceland's wilderness. It's a truly magnificent piece of architecture, and you get a sense of grandeur standing in the nave surrounded by high arches reaching far overhead.